Can we have a moment of silence for my light-skinned big bro Drake real quick? What is going on? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick. And usually when I go to sleep at night, I go to sleep pretty late. I go to sleep around like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And so I woke up today at like 12:30. I set my alarm because I wanted to make sure I hit my NFL parlays before the 1 o'clock game start. And what's the very first thing I see when I wake up today? I see Dak Prescott got a new contract, and I saw that Kendrick Lamar is performing at the New Orleans Super Bowl. Those were the first two things I saw when I woke up today. So in my mind, I'm like, man, hell no, ain't no way. I was like, oh, this is Ball Sack Sports. This is Hoop Central. This is Adam Scheffler. If you're in the Twitter streets, you know what I'm talking about with pages like that. I was like, it's no way the Super Bowl is in New Orleans and they got Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl. But it turns out that it's true. They got an official video and everything. I've made multiple videos during this rap beef and I like both of them. I wasn't really on anyone's side, but I do like Drake more than Kendrick, and I hate Kendrick fans, so I was hoping that Drake would kind of shut all of them up. But even as a big Drake fan, I'm not speaking of hyperbole. You know, I don't think this is over exaggerating, but this might be one of the biggest L's in rap history. Like when people were saying like Drake is done, this is the end of Drake, I was like, no, like all his streaming numbers are still extremely high. I believe he's been the most streamed rapper for like almost every month this year so far. I feel like when he dropped his next official album with the official rollout and the actual album cover, I feel like he's gonna sell pretty well. Musically, I think the whole conversation around him has been over exaggerated. I feel like he's gonna be perfectly fine. But just for power punches and strategy and plays, it's like, bro, this man Kendrick is running circles around Drake during the last 3-4 months, whatever you want to call it. This man is on a championship parade tour with no album out. If you would have asked me a few months ago who I would have guessed would be performing at the Super Bowl, Kendrick and Drake wouldn't have even crossed my mind. I feel like rap-wise, the only legitimate answer was Lil Wayne. And for black people, we got to understand what the Super Bowl and the NFL has been doing the last few years. We've had a lot of black artists performing, so whenever they go back to their white people, we can't complain. But we're going to talk about Kendrick and Drake in a second. Let's just put that rap beef to the side. How does the NFL not select Lil Wayne? Look, the NFL and Jay-Z, how do you not select Lil Wayne in New Orleans? And let me find it real quick. Somebody from Lil Wayne's camp actually made a statement about it. Apparently this is one of Lil Wayne's longtime engineers, Fabian. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, but he posted on Instagram, confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all inspired. We'll never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decisions. We will make the decisions. And so obviously he doesn't speak directly for Wayne, but I would imagine Lil Wayne also is kind of hurt about the situation. I mean, your hometown is getting a Super Bowl. Jay-Z is the one that's selecting these artists, and it's been a lot of urban artists over the last few years. And we get to New Orleans and we skip over you for Kendrick. It's just so many layers to this. Like I feel like during this beef, like I've seen people always throwing around the words, you're glazing, you're sucking, this, that, and the third. Look, when people say stuff like that, the only reason they're saying that you're glazing is because you're not glazing the same penis that they're glazing. If I was sitting up here and I was saying Kendrick Lamar is the greatest thing ever, it's gonna be a whole bunch of Kendrick Lamar fans in my comments saying, oh, you keeping it real as always. Oh, that's that real hip hop talk. You're just mad we're not glazing the same penis as you, both sides. But I've heard people say during this Drake-Kendrick beef that they can no longer listen to Drake the same way because of Kendrick, which to me, ultimate glazing. The only song out of all of this that I can't listen to anymore is First Person Shooter. First Person Shooter has continued to age extremely poorly. And of course, everybody's all I've seen on Twitter for the last 30 minutes is people saying, biggest to what? Biggest to what? Biggest the Super Bowl. Bro, this man is moving like militant. This man is moving with purpose. And I feel like Drake was kind of just throwing things out there. Like Drake is my guy, but I wish he would stop running the streamers to try to promote his music out. I hate this whole Finsta plot twist thing. I do like the 100 gigs. 100 gigs is dope, but all the weird cryptic posts, like he was posting about round 2 with Rasheed Wallace and this, that, and the third, and then Kendrick gets in the video and he's like, it ain't no round 2, and it's just like, bro, like, what are you gonna do now, Drake? Because Drake, if you respond and you try to reignite the beef or whatever, because I think they're both gonna be taking shots at each other for the rest of their lives. If I'm them and you call me that P word, it's on site every time I see you. But it's like if Drake continues to make this worse, Kendrick is gonna have an even bigger stage to dump on his name. And again, he's doing all of this with no album. And what also goes on around the first, second week of February? the Grammys. I don't remember if it's before or after the Super Bowl, but it's a chance that Kendrick Lamar is going to win a Grammy and then perform one of the biggest disc records of all time in front of hundreds of millions of people at the Super Bowl. And I know Drake is Canadian, but in America, the Super Bowl and the NFL is king, bro. Like, you can be in church and the pastor will say, don't worry, I'm gonna make sure we get out of here by 1 p.m. so y'all can go watch y'all football games. Americans love football. And it's like, if you're a Drake stan, if you're a big Drake fan, it's like, what are you supposed to do? If you're at a Super Bowl party and the Super Bowl halftime show starts and then Kendrick Lamar comes out, you can be like, hey, yo, look, everybody, a squirrel. Bro, this was not on my bingo card this year. And it's like, it's so many layers to this because it gets so much deeper because you got a lot of weird stuff going on around Drake. Drake had for years now, he's always rapped about being paranoid and people conspiring against him. You know, the higher ups are all coming together as a collective to send me to end my run and send me a message or something like that. He said on the 30 for 30 freestyle. You got Spotify acting really weird. You have media platforms, again, acting really weird. You have media platforms posting rap statistics and rap numbers, and they're purposely leaving Drake off of it. Now, regardless of what side you're on, take your bias out of it. That's weird. And now we got the Jay-Z element involved to it. And with the 100 Gigs video, you got videos of Drake talking about Jay-Z, how Jay-Z is sending this, he's performing right now, but he's gonna send the verse right after, and oh, I sound like a man alongside Jay-Z. It was also a rumor that when Drake dropped Honestly Nevermind, he purposely rushed to put that album out so he can beat Beyonce's House album. Don't know if that's true. That was a rumor a few years ago. It gets so much deeper than what's going on. It does. And Kanye West was talking about the elimination of Drake. Like, it's so many layers to all this stuff, but that's probably a video for a different day. I just can't believe that Kendrick Lamar, and like, I'm not even mad that Kendrick is performing. I'm just confused that he's performing this year, because the thing that we all know, Kendrick is gonna kill it. Kendrick is one of the best, forget rap, Kendrick is just one of the best performers in music. So you know the visuals gonna be on point. You know the choreography gonna be on point. I just want to know what the NFL is gonna do, because it's like, bro, you can have a bunch of Bloods and Crips on stage. Is Roger Goodell gonna allow another pop-out moment when it's like 30, 40 Bloods on stage doing whatever walk they do? Also, we all know he's gonna perform Not Like Us. And like I said, he's either gonna be coming off of a Grammy or he's about to get a Grammy for Not Like Us. That record is gonna win Hip Hop Record of the Year or whatever. But he's gonna perform Not Like Us. Is he gonna say the P word? Is he gonna say some of those A minors and stuff like that? I feel like what Kendrick might do, he might not be able to say it because that is a large platform. But if the beat just cuts out and then the whole crowd yells it, technically it's not Kendrick. And this just makes Drake look so bad. Like, this has to be one of the biggest L's in hip hop history. Like I said, this man is on a championship parade with no album. Like, me personally, I'm still not a big fan of the song Not Like Us. I like the other Kendrick songs that he put out. Even though I don't really like it, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, the record's not that big. It's one of the biggest rap disses of all time. It's up there with Hit 'Em Up. It's up there with Ether. Y'all might not like it. It's up there with Back to Back. This is just so crazy to me. And it's like, bro, around February, it's like, is Drake just supposed to act like the Super Bowl's not happening? Because like, he dropped the music video when he was at the Michael Rubin party, at the all-white party, and I'm sure people was probably just like, oh no, nothing happened. But it's like, what, you gonna tell all your, if you even have friends at this point, are you gonna just tell them, yo, like, don't watch the Super Bowl? Bro, this is crazy, man. I feel like Drake's next solo album, I'm not talking about the P&D album, I'm looking forward to that Party album. Drake's next album, oh man, it better be some rap. I ain't even talking about, it ain't gotta be like Scary Hours, but you gonna need like 3, 4, 5 a.m. Torontos on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, his next solo album is probably gonna be a classic. This is crazy, man. Kendrick Lamar ain't even dropped the album yet. But look, I need to go watch these games. I already missed the hour of games trying to make this video. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, Kendrick, dog, go home. Or stay home. You're already home. Stay home. Leave Drake alone, man. Like, damn, bruh. Like, light skins, we made so much momentum over the last few years. My man Weeknd was performing in Brazil last night. Like, damn, man. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and stuff like that. But love you guys as always. Tell someone you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.